Hey guys, me again. Have American McGee's Out of the Woods here in front of me. Uh, got a chance to go through and play it a couple times after opening it, and wanted to go ahead and make a video explaining how the game works. Now, in the game, we have two types of cards. We have action cards, and we have character cards. Now the cards are split up into 5 houses. We have the House of Blood, the House of Castles, the House of Waifs, the House of Towers, and the House of Wolves. Each house is split up into 2 stories of 4 cards each. So House of Blood has Bluebeard and Little Mermaid. House of Castles has Snow White and Cinderella. House of Waifs has the Pied Piper of Hamelin and Hansel and Gretel. The House of Towers has Rapunzel and Jack and the Beanstalk. And the House of Wolves has the 3 Little Pigs and Little Red Riding Hood. Now each house has an associated action card. House of Blood has Block. House of Castles has Reflect. Waifs has Skip. Tower has Burden, and Wolves has Attack. There are 2 cards that don't go with any house. There are also action cards. They're the Bedeviled cards, Bedeviled 4 or Bedeviled 2. Now, what each action card does, the Bedeviled cards, if you play that, the next player has to draw however many cards the Bedeviled is. So this one, they draw 4 cards. And then you get to choose what house is being played. The Block card blocks another action card. Now the Block card cannot block a block card, or I'm sorry, cannot block a skip card. And Block card cannot be reflected. The next card is Reflect. It reflects back to the player that played it originally. Reflect card can be reflected and it can be blocked. It also changes the order of gameplay, so from clockwise to counterclockwise. Skip card skips the next player's turn. Skip cannot be blocked, and it cannot be reflected. Burden card. If you play that card, you choose a card from your hand and give it to the next player. Attack card. The next player not only loses their next turn, but they also have to draw 2 cards from the deck. Now the gameplay is very easy to pick up. Think Uno. Every player is dealt 8 cards. The first player goes, they pick a card from their hand and they play it. Let's say they played Snow White from the House of Castles. The next player, if they're playing a character card, will have to play a character card from the House of Castles. So either a Snow White story or a Cinderella story card. They can also play any attack card. Doesn't matter what house. If they play an attack card, of course, go through and do what the attack says, and that changes the house. So if on to Snow White somebody were to play Burden, the house would change to the House of Towers. So the player after that would have to go ahead and play a character card from House of Towers or another action card. Gameplay, the winner of the game is the first person to either get out of cards first. So again, like Uno, you have no more cards in your hand, you win. Or if a player plays the last character card in a story. So let's say these 3 cards had been played already, and the player goes ahead and plays Snow White. They've completed the Snow White story. They win. Now, if you are completing a story, you do not have to play just 1 card. If, say, the Prince had already been played, and you had Snow White, the Queen, and the Dwarfs in your hand, you could play all 3 of those to complete the story, and you win. One other minor thing to want to mention If you cannot play a card from your hand, let's say you only have character cards, it's the House of Castles, but you don't have any House of Castle cards, go ahead and draw one card from the deck. Had played through a little bit last night. This is a brand new game. Rules may need a little bit of tweaking, but our house rule after a playthrough is you only draw one card. Unlike Uno, where you draw cards until you can play. Reason being is that whole finishing a story. It's really easy if you're drawing multiple cards to get a couple different stories in your hand that you can finish if the house is right for you. So doing one card at a time makes the game a little bit more difficult for everybody to play. It doesn't make it to where there's a winner almost instantly. Really enjoyed this game. I give it a thumbs up. If you are interested in it, I definitely recommend checking out American McGee's channel. Check him out online. I believe that you are able to order this. This I got through a Kickstarter, but I do believe that he is starting to produce this for other people to go ahead and learn how to play. If you do like this, go ahead and like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you want to subscribe. I have a feeling that this is kind of the format that I'm going to do for these videos. Go through and take some of the games that I have and just kind of give a explanation of how the game is played and my little insights to it. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later.